is your Bolo Punch Boxing Hour, brought to you by George Rogan Insurance. www.bolopunchboxinghour.com. Streaming to you live as always on Ustream.tv. Could you hear that? How was that? Jimmy the Producer Patterson just told us an awesome joke that I'd like him to repeat on the air.
No, I will not repeat it. Mike's raw for a reason, Chris.
Yeah. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. Anyway, okay. Yeah, it had to do with a koala and a rake and Friday night
battery jumper cables.
Friday night, Fort Lauderdale. How many nipples does a koala have? Lightweight action, Breidis Prescott wins disqualification in the 10th round over Humberto Toledo. Guaranteed nowhere else in the world has someone asked, how many nipples does a koala have?
No koala bears were hurt during the telling of that joke, by the way.
No, they enjoyed every minute of it.
DQ basically because of that's the way Toledo wanted it.
Toledo, I'm gonna let Tim explain the way he explained it to me.
What?
He nailed the explanation on this one because my TiVo cut it off.
This is what I don't understand. If you're getting your ass kicked for 10 rounds, just punch the guy in the balls 3 times, get disqualified, and get out of there, or just go down. If you don't want to get the loss, just knock the guy in the balls and get out of there. But why you got to bite the dude's shoulder and leave a mark on him? It just doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, he wanted the disqualification for sure, and I don't know if
There's got to be easier ways to get DQ'd, isn't there?
Drop kick the guy. Who cares? Get on the top rope and jump down or something stupid, but don't bite the guy. Because as soon as you bite somebody, what name comes up? Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
Do you want to be in the same breath as Mike Tyson?
I don't know. I would.
Not the end of Tyson's career. I'd like to be in
the same tax bracket as Mike Tyson.
I'd let Tyson.
Not now. You
No,
would.
you don't. $19.
Would have.
Yeah. Anyway, Breidis Prescott totally owned this fight from the beginning to end.
I was kind of upset that he couldn't knock him out earlier. I couldn't knock him out, basically. He was landing a lot of big punches, wasn't firing in combinations to knock Toledo out. Toledo had been knocked out by a couple other high-ranking fighters as well.
We've
but
seen Humberto Toledo.
yeah,
We've seen the biter. He fought in Chicago.
Prescott should have
Down,
been able
boy,
to
down.
knock him out. He was convincingly winning every round, doing everything he should have except for knocking this guy out.
There was like 40 seconds left in the fight, and they get together, and the ref didn't even see it happen.
And Toledo, I mean,
The ref did not see the bite happen.
What? I missed it.
They were like stuck together for a second, and then
Toledo was
Prescott backs up.
Tim was talking about the fouls. Toledo was headbutting through the whole fight, and Prescott was complaining about it and going, "Are you ever going to take a point away from my eyes cut? He keeps headbutting me in the eye, and you're not doing anything to stop him from doing it." And he decided to do so. He decided to turn into a vampire. I mean, he bought him right on the.
Oh, it sucked. It sucked so
I'm
bad.
like, man, there's a vein coming right down right there. He could have bit into that.
Yeah, instead of Vaseline, now they're gonna rub garlic on the dude's neck.
Yeah.
Stay away.
But the Cubans look pretty great in this
Good God.
fight card.
Yeah, I mean Prescott. Obviously, Humberto Soto loves the taste of Colombian meat because Prescott is Colombiano. But now to the Cubans.
Prescott?
Yeah. Yuriorkis Gamboa knockout in the first round over Walter Estrada. Still undefeated is Yuriorkis Gamboa, 14-0, 12 wins by knockout. Awesome.
I don't understand how Friday Night Fights runs over when Gamboa has a 35-second fight and the first
and Lara Arislandi Lara also got a first round knockout, and that's a problem.
Between those two fights, I mean, go ahead and read off it's a first round knockout and.
Yeah, both of them.
And it went over?
Very little to talk about.
They still went overtime?
Yes, they still went overtime. That's why Chris didn't get to see it. I just don't understand how you go overtime like that when both these guys. I mean, they had very similar fights. Gamboa and Lara, the knockouts were so quick, so powerful that you basically had to rewind your TiVo so you could kick. Well, wow, he hit him. I didn't even see him hit him that hard. It was so the speed of these two guys actually accounts for a lot of their power.
I love the short inside right hand by Gamboa.
Gamboa was now his punch was a single punch,
yeah.
and Lara caught him.
Lara caught him, jumped back, hit him twice, got back, landed the left uppercut, and it was over.
And picked every one of those punches perfectly.
Waited exactly for the exact time that he wanted.
And landed every one
Stood back, measured it, landed the left uppercut, and the fight was called. It's like, all right, he's dead. The dude is dead. Were those in the freezer? I forgot all about those.
Hey, keep talking.
Yay!
Holy mackerel.
But nonetheless, these
What's that, a
kids are
20, 22
proving
ouncer?
that they belong in the main events already, and they're building their way up. Actually, the other card that they had on there was another Cuban as well. So I mean, that's how they ended up running over. They added another 4-round fight in there, threw another Cuban in there, which was a guy that had a long layoff, and they brought back. But,
Those damn Cubans.
they were pretty impressive, and it ended up being a pretty good show on Friday Night Fights. Like we were saying though, I wish they timed themselves a little bit better.
You're absolutely right. That is the only real issue that I'm having, because Friday Night Fights oftentimes gets preempted by a basketball game or something really important like women's hockey,
Curling.
I mean, whatever.
Like Sports Center, I mean anything they'd let.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah, I know. Friday Night Fights is like the redheaded stepchild.
Chess.
Well, it is.
Strip chess.
Yeah, they cut it whenever they want. Well, it's just boxing.
I mean, it just shoves it forward. It shoves it forward is what it is. Problem is, my TiVo is as dumb as I am and doesn't know that it got chopped like that. So it just stops it, and I can't watch what I want to watch.
Well, then you need to TiVo that and the show after it.
Well, yes, there are things I could be doing
Smarter
to fix
with the
this.
TiVo.
No, I'm just saying, when you're watching it and it's building and building and building, and then it's like, bang. And then it says, delete? Oh, you son of a...
No, I know how to delete it. I would have finished watching
I
it.
want more of it.
So there on Friday Night Fights, there was 3 great knockouts, and then interesting.
Yeah. And then Dracula.
Yeah.
So you can't say that was a boring card.
No.
It was a great card.
And they have a great card coming up this week as well.
Yes, they do. And which we're going to be talking about in just a second. Well done, by the way.
Wow, what a segue.
We want to go into this, or we want to?
You got 2 minutes.
You got 2 minutes. Well, tomorrow.
You want to just go to a break and come back and talk about it, and then
Let's take a break. We'll make this a short. We'll make this a shorter one, and then we'll do upcoming fights next, and then we'll be out of your hair for the evening.
Woohoo.
Sounds good to me. This is your Bolo Punch Boxing Hour, brought to you by George Rogie Insurance. www.bolopunchboxinghour.com. Streaming to you live as always on Ustream.tv.
Where money matters,